these streets, hold ground in these streets, roll around the city with the pound when it's bleed. I done made this my last stand, but I am not an ordinary man, I'm a motherfucking soldier. The last stand of a soldier. I stood 10 toes down in these streets, hold ground in these streets, roll around the city with the pound when it's beat. That's right. I done made this my last stand, but I am not an ordinary man, I'm a motherfucking soldier. The last stand of a soldier. Yeah. I ain't no ordinary man, I'm something that you might never see again. I never was the tallest, never was the strongest. I just held the record for being real the longest. Niggas know they feeling what I spill at my performance. Shitting on these haters, yellow belly like it's jaundice. You know I be on it, no I keep my bomb lit. Ready just to drop it on you fuckers on some calm shit. Don't doubt the ability, get down in the field with me. Watch how I be flipping on rappers, check the agility, how real it be. I was always taught it's either kill or be killed. When you die, leave your will like Uncle Phil, nigga chill. I done popped up out the matrix, I ain't had to pop no pill. Raised up in them Philly streets, with them gangsters pop that still. I've been down with UPK, whether broke or at a mill. All I care for is my team, I don't care about no dick. Cause I ain't choose this life, it chose me. That ain't a secret, made an oath to give my soul peace. And I'm gonna keep it, climb the mountain, set my goals steep. And I'm gonna reach it, so I'm up all night with no sleep. Nightmares of demons, saw my first fiend OD. That shallow breathing kinda fucked me up low key. But I don't speak it till I die. I promise not a tear fall from my eye. Go to war, that's my battle cry. Tell them why. I stood 10 toes down in these streets, hold ground in these streets, roll around the city with the pound when it's bleed. I done made this my last stand, but I am not an ordinary man, I'm a motherfucking soldier. The last stand of a soldier. I stood 10 toes down in these streets, hold ground in these streets. That's right, roll around the city with the pound when it's bleed. I done made this my last stand, but I am not an ordinary man, I'm a motherfucking soldier. The last stand of a soldier. Yeah. I'm so ahead of my time, but the flow is ancient. Tell them show some respect, watch what you put my name in. We are nothing to be fucked with, them boys is dangerous. Make it hard for your team like them boys is tanking. Arm extended with the pound like you left me hanging. And beef got well done, nigga, we filleted it. Cause I held ground like I copped some acres. And they don't really want no smokers like they puffin' vapors. When I take ground, we 6 deep in your space. Ready to wreck on what? You take ground, it's a ditch. With 6 niggas picking your casket up. Don't pass this up. They say they built different, but these niggas bounty tough. When it's beef, I rode around with the pound of it. Coming for the crown, get rid of the bullshit. That's a rule you flush. No matter how many people or weapons, you can't war with us. I done held ground for so long, it ain't no rooting up. Long as my niggas know I'm nice, you ain't got a root for us. I stood 10 toes down in these streets, hold ground in these streets, roll around the city with the pound when it's beat. I done made this my last stand, but I am not an ordinary man, I'm a motherfucking soldier. The last stand of a soldier. I stood 10 toes down in these streets, hold ground in these streets, roll around the city with the pound when it's beat. I done made this my last stand, but I am not an ordinary man, I'm a motherfucking soldier. The last stand of a soldier. Yeah. I was made to withstand any weapon form. They know a nigga sick, but it ain't no antiseptic form. Nigga, I'm dependable. Move like I'm in Desert Storm. Politic with generals, so I know how to move when the pressure on. Only the worthy will receive mercy. Real soldiers cry loud like a nurse. Son of the power, you became birth. Revenge in my bag, nigga, it's our anniversary. They tell us heaven limited, but hell is pitiful. I'm ready to hunt these devils down like the Sentinels. Put them all in chains by the millions. Difference between you and me, I'm a soldier, you a civilian. You became, we took the lead to end black oppression. but I do not attack. I just match aggression. This soldier life for me. Wouldn't trade it for another. The Lord and my brothers, the only thing above my bread and butter. I bring that bass like a subwoofer for evil sugar. They say life's a bitch. I say you should have never took her. The leaders fuck me entire war, riding around with the brown, ready to put the beef in the pressure. I stood 10 toes down in these streets, whole ground in these streets. Roll around the city with the pound when it's beef. I'd have made this my last stand, but I am not an ordinary man. I'm a motherfucking soldier. The last stand of a soldier. I stood 10 toes down in the streets, whole ground in the streets. Roll around the city with the pound when it's beef. I'd have made this my last stand, but I am not an ordinary man. I'm a motherfucking soldier. The last stand of a soldier. Yeah. Any man give his life for Yahweh Shai, Mashiach, and Christ, and fall up under that UPK banner, is my brother and my blood, and I will die and kill for him if necessary. It's all about that warfare, boy. It's all about that warfare, boy. My soldiers take ground till I stand down. Take ground. My soldiers take ground till I stand down. Take ground. Now this ain't no movement, this is a takedown. We would not be moved or intimidated. We ain't the type. You got a problem, tell them cross the fucking line. My niggas ain't polite. Soldiers to the left and right. I die for every man body. Before I be a coward, I'd rather be a dead body. This will be my kingdom when the hour pays. You can either get with it or get flipped like a hourglass. We live by honor and no excuse. Just sit the prayer up to the Lord. I told him to let all the terrorists loose. Hold your tongue or get rebuked, cause you made a truce with a race that made merchandise out of my abuse. Scared of who? You got your gun, then pull it. Me and my niggas start to argue. It's about who gon' bite the bullet. They gon' take ground. Opponents better move slow. Attack dog for this truth. Nigga, cool zone. Go to ground. It's all about that warfare, boy. Get ground. Back up. Get ground. It's all about that warfare, boy. Take ground. My soldiers take ground till I stand down. Take ground. My soldiers take ground till I stand down. Oh, thought you could cross us with no consequence, but you will pay dearly. You should've used your common sense. My seal lit, that means you could never prevail. With a true sin, with warriors dwell. Be wise with the weapons, cause I promise. My nine just like my wife, she concealed, she modest. I know two things, a robber will not prosper. And any man harm me and my uncle gon' meet the doctor. Cause this life is warfare, it's
Elijah.
All right, Salaki. All right, Shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shabbat Yahweh Shemal Lathan, Bashem Yahweh Shah. We had the Isupk, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yohanan. We teach the truth according to what's in the Bible. The truth is that the real Jews are black. All right, the Isupk is not affiliated with any other Hebrew Israelite group. If you're not in the Isupk under Commander General Yohanan, you are not in the truth. This is Isupk, Greensboro, North Carolina. I'm priest and officer, chaotic war. It's the Tuesday Brotherhood class. All right. Salaki, we're trying to get this sign-in sheet in the chat. I'm having an issue. All right. All right. So I'm going to have to sort that out. All right. Salaki. All right. Once again, it's Isupk, Greensboro, North Carolina. Priest and officer, chaotic war. It's a Tuesday Brotherhood class. If you haven't already, subscribe to our channel on YouTube. Isupk, Gboro, Gboro. All right. Subscribe to all the channels. Isupk Charlotte, Isupk Durham, Fayetteville, Tennessee, New York, Chicago. Subscribe to all the channels and get this truth that we've been pushing since 1969. And today, what I'm going over today is how, once again, it's Brotherhood class. Brotherhood is highly important when it comes to our people. What I'm going into today, we see in current events, we see, another brother shot by police. No more police harassment. You got something to say, sis?
I was gonna say what that brother out in Minnesota.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Another brother shot by police. Nigga, I don't know if y'all caught the show last night. Make sure y'all subscribe. Commander General Yohanan Live. It was going over it last night. Going in on that. Of course, once again, it's another brother that met his untimely demise to the police authorities, right? He's not the first, and unfortunately, he won't be the last. You know what I'm saying? And now people out there protesting that, right? Like we've been protesting for the last damn near 100 years. We've been protesting. So what I'm going over is how to really protest. Brotherhood is real protest. Love your brother is real protest. That's true protest. Have love for your brother. Protest this nation. Protest this society that oppresses us. us loving one another is something that this society doesn't want. They don't want us loving each other. They want us hating each other. I mean, they don't want us, practicing brotherhood. A good example was Tulsa, Oklahoma, right? Our president didn't want that. These other nations didn't want that. They wanted us beat down and weak. I mean, and in submission to them. All right. So what I'm going over today is how brotherhood is the real protest. We shouldn't be out there marching. Isn't gonna help us, man. I mean, going out marching and with picket signs and basically begging, please stop shooting us, please stop hurting us. I mean, they not gonna stop us because we begging them to stop. We've been protesting. You got something to say, sir?
Okay, sir. I was just gonna say, I think that's crazy how, in the midst of all this protesting for stop the Asian hate,
right,
another black brother gets shot.
Right, exactly. And just like how the general was putting, that's just a distraction.
Right.
A lot of things going on, use to distract us. You know what I mean? So many different things. Y'all seen that cat? I ain't gonna get into it, but of course somebody gonna talk about it. This brother got on some prime time TV show with a dress on.
Oh yeah, Kid Cudi.
Yeah.
Saturday Night Live.
I didn't see the show, but I seen people talking about it. Like, what the hell, man?
Right.
But again, that's the conditions of our people today. That's how brothers who supposed to be in full armor with a sword and a shield ready to fight for their nation of people. This is what we become. We become the entertainment for these other nations. We become, you know what I mean? We become basically, somebody to laugh at, somebody to poke fun at. You got something to say?
I was gonna ask, who was Kurt Cobain? Because that's who he said he put it on for.
I think that's an artist or something like that. Y'all know who that is?
Kurt Cobain is a white boy,
right?
Star back in the day in the 80s, early 90s, that killed himself. He blew his brains out for fame.
And that's who he put the dress on for.
So he put of Kurt Cobain. He put a dress on to remember some Edomite, some European descent. That's why he put a dress on. Exactly. Once again, our people, we just lost out here.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's why we need brothers. Of course, he ain't around real brothers. Be like, don't put no damn dress on, man. Nobody I hang out with, you will never see me walking up and down the street with a brother with a dress on. You know what I mean? If that was to happen, as soon as I seen him, like, can't be, you know what I mean?
Right.
I'm just saying. I ain't trying to be funny. I'm just being real. You ain't gonna let your brother run around with a damn dress on or put a dress on to make some money, to sell himself out. You know what I mean? You're not gonna let him do that. All right. But once again, real brotherhood is real protest. That's what we talking about today. All right. That's the real protest, like I was saying, or getting into loving each other, loving brothers, sisters loving sisters. We all love each other. That's the real protest, man. If we were unified as a nation of people. Trooper Kabbalah Mall, if you would, big up the Trooper, big up the Yah, you know what I mean? Big up to the sister, bringing up the grub. I'm never going to get a 6-pack ever. So it seems. Like, sheesh, man. Well, whatever. I got gold. Let's put it like that. All right? Big up the Yah. If you would, Kabbalah Mall, Zephaniah 2, verse 1.
Yes, sir. This book is Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1.
Right.
Gather yourselves together.
Right.
Yea, gather together.
Right, you hear that. Gather yourselves together. All right, keep reading.
Gather together, O nation not desired.
Damn right, we the nation that's not desired. That's why the prophet Zephaniah, the Most High talked through the prophet Zephaniah, who's a black man, by the way. There's no such thing as a heathen prophet. Understand? These prophets in the Bible, the disciples of Christ, followers of Christ, Christ himself are all black men. Understand? And as black men, we need to start having love for each other instead of having so much strife with one another.
Right.
You understand? Us practicing brotherhood is us rising, and us rising is all of these other nations falling, man.
Right.
We want to give all of our love to everybody. You know what I mean? That's why we fail to love one another. You understand what I'm saying? And just like in history shows how we persevered. I mean, right out of slavery, we erected universities. You know what I mean? We had our own baseball league, our own basketball league. We had our own, man, with loving each other. You know what I mean? Once again, real brotherhood is real protest. A brotherhood is real protest. We want to protest. You want these killings to stop from police and police harassing us in the neighborhood and all that. We gotta start to love each other, man. We had hints of that back in the 60s, right? When now they call them violent street gangs, right? What the truth is that those brothers came together to protect the neighborhood. That's the truth, man. Now it's turning to something else. You know what I mean? Now I don't know. A lot of us grew up around gang culture. I mean, you got some brothers that take it seriously. You got some brothers that play with it. You know what I mean, like up in here with the truth. That's why we say we home with the truth. We take this seriously. This is not for play. And I don't want to get on other Israelite groups, right? But all I would say is this: what the Bible say. Read that again from the top. This is all I would say to everybody out there. We under orders for this right here.
Gather yourselves together.
We under orders to all of us to gather ourselves together. And we are going to be gathered together sooner or later, one way or another, just a matter of time. So we need to stop dragging our feet. We need to gather ourselves together. You got something to say, sis? Go ahead. The what?
And the second thing I was gonna say was, you know how
see, y'all ain't gonna tell me. See, where's the brotherhood? Where's the brotherhood?
You know how you was just saying how we had Black Wall Street and stuff, but the Edomites had bombed there, right?
Right.
I was gonna say that Cain spirit is very strong because that's the same reason why Cain killed Abel, because Abel was pleasing the Most High. And like you said, we came out of slavery. We got Black Wall Street. Right. We had got our own stuff. And we was making more money and tripling the black dollar in our communities. Right. And then here they come and they bomb us.
Right, because they seen that brotherhood, man. Exactly. They don't. That's the last thing they want to see is black people loving each other. Right. That's the last. They don't want to see the black household together. You know what I mean? It's been a whole plight to get the black man out the household for hundreds of years. To do, you got something to say?
I was gonna say, so like I said, that's why, like you say, they get the black men out the household, like with government assistance and government house, and
right.
A black woman, she can get all the help she needs, as long as she don't got no man.
Right. Exactly. Right. Yeah, that's just the hands. I mean, that's a heavy point. You know what I mean? It's been trying to get the brother, the masculine part out the household, and they keep trying, but it's brothers like us here in the Isupk that's building brothers up. You know what I mean? Making brothers strong again, making brothers find their masculinity again, find their, you know what I mean, to become the best them. You know what I mean? To live up to their full potential as brothers and learn who they are. We don't know who the hell we are. So it's important that we gather ourselves together. And again, they don't want us to gather together. Read that again, brother, if you will.
Gather yourselves together.
Right.
Yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
Right, we the nation that's not desired, man. And what's the proof? What's the brother's name? What's the brother's name that just lost his life?
His life, sir. Dante Wright.
Dante Wright.
Dante who?
Dante Wright, sir.
Rice?
Right.
Dante Wright. Another brother, Dante Wright, just lost his life to get that sword from him. I gave it to you, brother, so you could read along.
But
so now, just raise your hand if you got something to say.
Dante Wright was the first one. Like, he got killed for, if I'm not mistaken, he was the army guy. No, he was the guy that had too many air fresheners in his front window. And his back tags his bag.
Oh man.
Yeah. That's a law where he was. You can't have too many air fresheners in your window, or you can't have your 30-day tags in your back window either.
Right. You know? No, that was with the military cat.
And
right?
Then the other guy, he got killed because he was an army guy, and the police pulled him over.
The army dude, he ain't lose his life. All right, but
he got shot. She thought she was pulling the taser.
No. The dude, the army cat, the army dude didn't lose his life. He got pulled over and he didn't lose his life.
He got pepper spray. Yeah.
He didn't get killed. No. Dante Wright got shot. Yeah, all right. Right. So now, that's furthermore proof that we the nation that's not desired, because it's only us that's getting shot by police for having too many or being harassed for having air fresheners in your damn mirror. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And that doesn't warrant getting shot. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know now. General Muhammad was going over it last night. If you ever caught the show, make sure you catch the show. Commander General Yohana Live, right? A lot of us that grew up in the street already know the police will kill you or beat you up. You know what I mean? I only seen kingpins, so to speak. Kingpins are big time drug dealers in the neighborhood. I only seen them really trash talk police when I was coming up, right? Anybody else was an idiot because you're gonna get beat up, you know what I mean? Or worse, shot. So we already knew that the police would kill you if given the chance. My mother used to tell me when I was a boy, when I was a baby, and she loves everybody. She used to tell me that the police got guns and they use, and I would go play ball, whatever the hell I was doing. So she knew. We all knew. You know what I mean? But somebody that's not from the street, right, or didn't grow up around that area or grew up a stand-up citizen, if they got pulled over by the police, like that cat from the military, he get pulled over by the police, he's like, you know, just like a person of European descent, they get pulled over by the police. They talk trash to the cop. They get a ticket from the cop. They talk trash to the cop. I can't even imitate it right now. Maybe after a couple shots, I might, you know what I mean? I'll be able to imitate it. But if I get pulled over, it's been a while. I got both hands on the steering wheel. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, officers? You know what I'm saying? I'm being compliant. You know what I mean? Following the law, so to speak. So I could get the hell up on my way. And then what do the police do when they got you like that? They antagonize you. They try to punk you. They try to intimidate you. They try all kind of ways to get up under your skin so they can get a reaction at it. You know what I mean? You got something to say, sir?
Just like he was saying last night in class when General Muhammad was like, I think it was in the Durham class, Officer Kawal, where he was like, yeah, they call him a corporal or something like that, a lower rank than what he was, right, when he was actually a lieutenant, which was higher than what the police officer actually was, trying to, antagonize him.
Got you. Yeah, and you got something to say, brother?
Yes, sir. It's like they always escalate the situation instead of de-escalate.
Yeah. Right, yeah, when they supposed to be their job to de-escalate every situation, but when it come to us, yeah, they trying to raise it. Like how the Bible say, raise it. That's what they trying to do. They trying to turn it up. They trying to get you to react so they can have an excuse to kill another brother, like they've been doing so long. It's nothing new. The first name of police in the United States was called the Slave Patrol. You know what I mean? And if you look up in history, you will see that any American citizen was basically a part of the Slave Patrol because back when it first started, like you're not just gonna get a grown man to just submit. You know what I mean? So you had revolts, you had rebellion. I mean, you had rebellious brothers and sisters that were like, I'm not being a slave, man. So it was different ways, different tactics in history. If you just look it up, that they would do in order to make us submit to them. And scare tactics, you know what I mean? It's like burning a cross in the front lawn, you know what I mean? It's like raping a brother. A lot of people don't know. A lot of people will say that sagging your pants come from prison, when the truth is sagging your pants come from slavery, where a man of European descent would rape the biggest, meanest looking brother in front of everybody. And he would make him sag his pants to remind people, if you get out of line, this could happen to you. That's the truth. We've been a nation that's not desired. That's why the brother Dante Wright is no longer with us. That's why Philando Castillo is no longer with us, man. He got murdered in front of his family, man. You know what I mean? That's why Tamir Rice is no longer with us, man. You don't hear about a young boy of European descent being murdered by police. You don't hear about a young Arabian boy being murdered by police. You got something you want to say, sis?
So like you said, just before all this right here this week happened, wasn't it just like 2 or 3 shootings somewhere else caused by Edomite, where they went inside of a store or something? I can't remember where it was.
Great point.
They went inside somewhere and shot like 9 or 10 people.
That's an excellent point.
The cops didn't shoot them.
Right.
Ain't nobody mistakenly, shoot them and thought they was tasing them.
And we don't do that. Brothers, sisters, we don't do that. We don't go commit mass shootings. It's not in our head to, everybody enjoying a movie, let me go grab a assault rifle and shoot everybody. You got something to say?
Yeah, I was gonna say, back before COVID and stuff, them school shootings was real heavy. What this little Edomite boy got mad and walked 9 or 5 miles to his house. Then you gotta walk 5 miles back to the school with your rifle to shoot someone. How mad you gotta be to walk 10 miles to kill a group of people?
He had something on his mind. You know what I mean? He had something on his mind. You know what I mean? We don't do that. That's the spirit of them. Right? Read that again from the top, bro.
Book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1.
Right.
Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
Right. O nation not desired. We the nation that's not desired. And another point I want to make and bring out before we get into this topic is these scriptures are written by a black man. You know what I mean? This scripture right here, your man says it twice. Gather together. Yeah, gather together. Who else talks like that, man? Other nations even make fun of the way we talk. You know what I mean? They probably hear this or read this and make fun of it. That's not proper English. You know what I mean? We don't speak proper English, man. In fact, I raise a question to all my brothers and sisters out there up in that Christian church, in that Muslim mosque, wherever the hell you are at. What language did we speak before we spoke English? We don't know. Oh, man. Only reason we speak English is because the people that speak English conquered us. All right, so now what we're talking about is how brotherhood is real protest. And what is brotherhood? Brotherhood is love your brother as you love yourself. And that's a law, right? That Christ gave that law. Well, the Most High gave that law. Christ reiterated that law. You understand? And that's a law that's very highly important. That law right there, love your brother as you love yourself, will fix us overnight. So brotherhood is the real protest. Protest in this nation, this society, is what we really need to do. Not go marching in the street begging the government or police to stop killing us or stop mistreating us or stop flooding our neighborhoods with drugs or stop, implementing different laws that disproportionately target our people, man. I mean, like the sister was just bringing up, right? She could get an apartment, right, for free, just as long as not a man in the house.
Right.
And I mean, you get food stamps. I met a sister, she got thousands of dollars in food stamps and never got no food stamps. I said, tell me about it. I know you know, bro. In the heart of the ghetto, in the heart of the hood, all kind of things happen. You know what I mean? But that's real though. That's real though. All right, if you would drop that, give me Deuteronomy 1 and start at 15.
This book of Deuteronomy, chapter 1, verse 15.
Start at 13, Salah.
Verse 13. Take you wise men and understanding and known among your tribes.
So now we push this truth, right? That so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And this is the truth. The truth according to what's in the Bible. Not my or any other brother's opinion. It's the truth, right? So our nationality is not black. It's not a color. It's not African American. That's 2 continents. That's not our nationality. It's not our identity. And furthermore than that, we the only nation of people. Now we a nation, just like how the brother just read previously. Gather yourselves together, O nation not desired. We a nation of people, right? And we a nation that consists of the 12 tribes of Israel, man. That's our nationality. That's our identity. All right. And right here, Moses is taught, and he's saying to get the wise men out of all the tribes, out of all the wisest men out of all the tribes. That's what he's saying. All right. Read on.
Take you wise men and understanding and known among your tribes.
Right. And well known among your tribes. Everybody can't be like a counselor. Everybody doesn't give good advice. You know what I'm saying? Like General Muhammad, outstanding counsel. You know what I mean? I heard he give counsel to you that'll save your life literally. I mean, good example, got a problem smoking cigarettes, you get counsel for that, you will quit smoking. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Literally heal people with counsel. You understand? With advice. Now everybody's not authorized to give counsel. Right? Like it's like in the Israelite school of UPK, we like psychologists up in here, man. Psychiatrists, man. You know what I mean? And that's literally what we are. We are priests of the Lord, man. I mean, so everybody's supposed to be able to come to us with any question that they have, any question they thought about in life, any question they have about the Bible, any question they have about their nationality, identity, any problem whatsoever. They're supposed to be able to bring it to us, and we provide the answers for them. You understand? And if a brother like me can't answer it, a brother above me can. Now we about to get into that in 1 second. And inside these scriptures, all right, why it's so vital and important to have that structure of order. Read on.
Take you wise men,
right,
and understanding,
right,
and known among your tribes,
uh-huh,
and I will make them rulers over you.
Right. So the brothers that the wise men, I mean, what we say like when I was coming up, old heads. You know what I mean? Old heads know it all, basically. Not know it all as in, like a know it all, but an old head been through. You know what I mean? So we supposed to teach others off of our own life experiences. I mean, I'll give you an example. As a youngin', I've come across young ladies, right? Old heads be like, you messing up, boy. You messing up, man. You know what I'm saying? That's just an example. I mean, so they wise, so they've been through it already. All right, so this is what Moses is saying. I'm gonna take the wise men out of each tribe to rule over you. All right, read on.
Verse 14.
And
ye answered me and said, the thing which thou hast spoken is good for us to do.
Right. So the tribes, the nation answered Moses, said, this is a good thing. This is a good thing for us to do, man. You know what I mean, we ought to have, brothers that we could go to for advice, and brothers that we could go to for counsel when we have problems. Or if I have an art with another brother, he don't hear me out, I should be able to, you know what I mean? Like, look, man, this cat, he not listening to me, man. You know what I mean? I should be able, and we should be able to sort it out without having to shoot each other. You know what I mean? Or without spiteful to one another, or try to backstab one another, or get advice from, a ruler over one of our tribes. This is what Moses is putting down. All right, keep reading.
Verse 15.
Right.
So I took the chief of your tribes,
right,
wise men,
right,
and known, and made them heads over you,
right,
captains over thousands,
captains over thousands. Keep reading.
And captains over hundreds,
captains over hundreds,
and captains over 50s, and captains over tens, and officers among your tribes.
Right. So it was always a rank structure. You understand? Not some free for all. Like how if anybody come across this truth, you will come across brothers that, they'll say, brothers and sisters, they'll say things like, you shouldn't have to answer to anybody, but Christ, you know what I mean, or the Most High. You shouldn't have to. But who you gonna learn from? Who's supposed to teach you, man? You know what I mean? Right. If you it's nobody to answer to, who can you go to for counsel, for advice? If you got a problem, who can you go to, man? Who can? Because especially Judah, and Ephraimites too. I'll throw them in there too. You know what I mean? It's Ephraimites in my family. It's so-called Puerto Ricans, man. I mean, we might hear some advice and be so hard-headed, man. I don't want to hear that. Or you may have a responsibility. I'm not doing that. It's like if you a kid in the household, you don't want to wash the dishes. You're gonna wash those dishes, or consequences happen, punishment comes. So if you a person like that that feel like I don't gotta take on this responsibility, who the hell can you answer to? We have to have responsibilities, man. So it has to be order. Without order, there's chaos. So it has to be order, man. I mean, and it's order, and Moses putting down an order right here, ranking order right here. We should not be going to this society for answers. We should be going to our own, you know what I mean? Right. Officers and captains and generals that's above us, man. So any question that I had, Salaki, any question that I don't have the answer to, I can go to a brother and I can get the answer from him.
Right.
You understand? You understand? Read on.
Verse 16.
And
I charge your judges at that time, saying, hear the causes between your brothers.
Between your who?
Between your brothers.
Between your brothers, man. Not everybody on the planet Earth. And here's the point I want to bring out too. Like in history, they've been protesting. They protested for like women's rights. You know what I mean? Back in the early 1900s, they protested for that. They protested black people getting jobs. So they started creating what they call now unions, or even back then they called them unions. So they protested so much, they said they don't want these ex-slaves getting the jobs that they should get. So they protested. So they protested to their own, and stuff got done. We protested to some other people and think something gonna happen, right? Nah. So protest means the what? Look that word up, protest. What does protest mean? What does protest mean? So now, we're just talking about how Moses laid it down, how it has to be ordered, even in any household, right? If the father leave the house, like I remember going to see my homeboys, and we go out, and they parent, the mother, so to speak, would be like, well, you in charge of such and such, you in charge of such and such. It was always some type of order. Because without order, it'd be chaos. It'd be a free for all, man. You know what I mean? It wouldn't be any law. You know what I mean? Yeah, what's it say?
Yes, sir. This definition of protest, a statement or action expressing disapproval of or objection to something.
Objection to something, right? Just like just like the women's rights protest and then the union protest. They objecting to how they was being treated. They was objecting to ex-slaves getting jobs at certain positions, right? They protested, right? But they not gonna hear our protest. They not gonna hear us, whining and complaining, and we not supposed. We shouldn't think that protesting to them, anything's gonna change. Nothing's gonna change. We protesting to them. You understand? Read that last part.
Verse 16. And I charge your judges at that time, saying, hear the causes between your brothers.
Right, the causes between your brethren. Man, your brothers. Everybody's not your brother. You know what I mean? Your brothers are blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Your sisters are blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. So the same brothers that Moses appointed to be over different tribes and to be over this X amount number of people and this X amount number of people, he's saying, man, here are the causes between them, because it's not reality. Like I even talk to Israelites in the world that know they Israelites, but they still do things that's in the world, right? And Salak. They'll say things like, no, it's all right to get high. You know what I mean? Like they have nobody to answer to, man. Is what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean? They don't believe in order, right? We have to hear the causes between each other, man. Like, that's what I want to say. Salak, that's what I want to say. I told the Israelites in the world that believe that the kingdom of heaven is just going to be like, everybody just gets along. It's just not reality. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's not going to be able to get along. That's just what it is. So that's why it has to be brotherhood. You know what I mean? Whatever you got against this cat, let it go. That's why Christ brought that out. Was talking about that, man. You know what I mean? If you smite thee on one cheek, turn the other cheek. You know what I mean? If you angry at your brother without a cause, you in danger of the judgment. All that is heavy, man. All that is deep. You know what I mean? That's how much Christ loved his brothers. And that's how much Christ was trying to teach us how to love each other. You understand? Our brothers and our sisters. And once again, brotherhood is real protest, man. Love for one another, that's real protest. That's true protest. That's being defiant against the powers that be. Brotherhood. You understand? Us loving the so-called Hispanics. us loving the so-called Native Americans, us loving so-called black people, us, all of us being a nation once again. That's real protest, man. You know what I mean? And that consists of so many things. Not celebrating Esau's holiday, because that generates a whole lot of money. I mean, it's big business, man. All those holidays. Us not doing that hurts their pocket. Martin Luther King was detrimental to black people, right? But he did a movement down there in, I won't say Mississippi, it might be Alabama, but he boycotted the buses, right? Got all the people to boycott the buses, and it hurt the pocket of that region. And they turned around and said, well, damn, now we going broke. You know what I mean? So that was a power move, right? Just that. Imagine if all black people just stopped celebrating Christmas. Stop celebrating Valentine's Day. You know what I mean? Just stop celebrating all of that. It'll hurt the pocket of America, man. It'll hit them hard. Imagine if brothers said, damn your $1 million contract, I'm not bouncing a basketball. Or I'm not running a football up a field and getting cracked by a 250-pound cat. I mean, every damn play developing concussions, and now my hands shake. Everybody think I'm scared and can't fight because I'm shaking all the time. You know what I mean? Because they need to suffer so many damn concussions and brain damage, man. We like their entertainment. And still we get shot in the street with impunity like dogs. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? That's why Moses was laying it down like, you know, he put wise brothers above people in the nation of Israel to hear the problems that we have with each other so we could sort them out. I mean, because we going to have problems. Everybody not going to be able to get along. That's why brotherhood is so important. So no matter what this cat does, and the brother, Officer Makatazar, who lost his life a little while ago, that's what he was like, man. Like, you couldn't offend him at all. I mean, there's nothing you could have done to offend him. I mean, he was like literally the epitome of brotherhood. You know what I mean? That's what Commander General Yohana raises up, man. That's why we all up in here. I mean, so now we want to push that same spirit on all our people in the world. That same, you know what I mean, spirit of brotherhood. It's like Christ, man. You know what I mean? They say Christ is all about love. Yeah, for his people, for his brothers, for his sisters. So you know that right there, that'll bring the kingdom of heaven. You understand? You understand? So now y'all read that last part.
And I charge your judges at that time, saying, hear the causes between your brethren,
right,
and judge righteously between every man and his brother.
And judge what?
And judge righteously between every man and his brother.
Every man and his what?
And his brother.
And his brother, man. You know what I mean? We are all of us are not brothers, man. Judge righteously between every man and his brother. So if I got an alt with my brother and we can't sort it out like how we should be able to, we grown men, you know what I mean? We not children. You know what I mean? Two children have a problem with each other. You might have to damn sort it out with them. But we grown men, man. And we still gonna have issues and problems because we can't agree on one in particular thing because a lot of us be on two different pages. I might interpret something this way. Now I ain't talking about the scriptures either. I mean, I'm just talking about in general. And that could turn it, like me saying the sky is blue could turn into a fist fight. Just something like that. I mean, just some small disagreement because me and this brother not on the same page because we just see life differently, that differently. I mean, we that far apart. And it doesn't even matter though, because wise men are what? Judge righteously between every man and his what?
And his brother.
Every man and his brother, man. You understand? Just like how they got their court system set up right now, where they go sue each other, things of that nature. Like where we grew up at on the basketball court, and it's a hard foul, somebody might just steal you, right? Like, boom, hold it, right? You know what I mean? Or get the scrapping, you know what I mean? Now you got a black eye, he had to get some stitches, right? He not gonna sue you for that. He just be mad. Like, I'm on my face back. I'm gonna get him, right? He ain't gonna take him to court. Oh, he gave me some stitches. I had to pay $400 for these stitches. He not gonna take him to court, man. but they'll take each other to court. You know what I'm saying? That's what they do. So this is what this is about. This is basically, counsel. Man, not, this nation's court system where they ban brothers. Every day the judge takes a damn, what they call that joint, a gavel, takes a gavel and 50 years, bang. They just bang brothers, man. Every day, man. Give out numbers like it's water. And they feel great doing it, man. You know what I mean? Ask me how I know. It's like they get excited to bang brothers, man. I never mind. You know what I'm saying? But look, Moses set it up to where if me and the brother had an art with each other, then wise men that rule over us will judge righteously, judge the matter in a right manner, man. You know what I mean? You got something to say, sis?
Salakia. I was gonna say, that's the sad part, because when we're in church and stuff, we don't hear that, and we so easily to forgive our oppressors for shooting us and stuff. But
Right.
for our brothers, everybody's so quick to say, "Oh, what about black on black crime?"
Right.
Okay, but you so quick to forgive a white person for shooting your child.
Right. Go ahead, brother.
Who started this black on black crime? Who put the drugs in the neighborhood?
Right.
Who dropped the guns in the neighborhood?
Right.
Who started this gang violence? Who dropped flags in the neighborhood, said this side against that side? Who brought it all together? It wasn't us.
That's very true. That's very true, brother. Get that brother in. Yeah, very true, very true. Right? And now when we teach, we push the truth of the Bible, right? Of course, we go hard on our oppressor, man. I mean, they put the gavel on us. We go out there and on these streets, in these classes, we go hard on them. But it really has nothing, us. It has nothing really to do with them. It's all about us, man. Or all these other nations. It's all about us and our disobedience to the Lord. You understand? Us not practicing brotherhood. You understand? Us being separated from each other, man. As blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. Us disobeying the Lord. You got something to say, bro?
Yes, sir. In line with that. When we out there on the street and you try to correct our people, they always, you can't judge me, you can't judge me. Till your ass get in trouble, so and then you have to get judged before a judge.
Right. Exactly. Most high correct. Absolutely correct. I mean, we so divided, and because we divided, we conquer. You know what I mean? We so divided and separated. We teach the truth, right? And our people don't want to hear the truth. You know what I mean? It's like pulling teeth, literally. You know what I mean? With most people rap. I mean, but as Christ say in the Bible, my lost sheep hear my voice. So the truth gonna hit who it's supposed to hit. I mean, so if you hear, or you tuning in, right? Whoever this brother is, tuning in, you hear not by coincidence or by accident. I mean, it's because the Most High calling for you to come about the world you were in. You got something you want to say, sis?
I was gonna say, today when I was watching the news about that brother in Minnesota that got shot,
right.
Gail, she was asking his family, would y'all accept the fact that, she accidentally pulled the gun and she thought it was a stun gun or whatever, and he was like, but she been a police officer for like 26 years. How am I supposed to, accept that? And they always want us to accept, it was a mistake. How you mistakenly shoot somebody?
Right, it's like, my bad. Like if I punch somebody in the face, it was a mistake.
It was a mistake. I thought I was about to
I knew I was about to go up top on you. Like, it wasn't a mistake about it. And I mean, it's my bad. It's no accident. Me bumping into you, that's an accident. You know what I'm saying?
Me shooting you is not.
That's not an accident. You got something you want to say?
Listen, first of all, they can't make mistakes. Your gun is on your right, your taser is on your left. How you forget which side you're supposed to pull?
Right, absolutely correct.
And you've been in officer for 26 years.
Right.
You can't.
That's like me being a doctor for 26 years.
Very true. Very true. And
you can't.
And also, once again, we was talking about it earlier, only with a young black brother. I mean, not a young man of European descent or Arabian descent or East Indian descent or African descent. It's only us that get harassed, by police. Only us,
right.
man. Right. And because why? We the nation that's not desired.
Like I said, like with Dylan Roof, he killed them 9 church members. Right. And he got to go to Burger King.
Right. Got vested up.
That little brother right there ain't even gonna be able to see his child no more.
Right. Right. That's what you say.
Yes, sir. It's like our people so willing to like allow a Dylan Roof within our community. Mm-hmm. But the same wouldn't apply if we would have those folks would have tried to go to a Christian white church.
Right.
Exactly.
They would have questioned why we were even there.
Exactly. Because why? Because they know that we not their brothers. Right. It's us that don't know that everybody's not our brothers, man. Why? Because Christianity teaches us that. Christianity teaches us that we're all brothers as long as you believe on Christ. As long as you believe in Christ. And people so quick to pull that scripture too, right? And we talk about the Most High got a chosen people that he loved, right? And he don't hate this, that, and the third. People always want to say, well, 3:16. Us as a people, we don't even understand how heavy and how deep John 3:16 really is. Now we got the milk scriptures to tear that to pieces. You know what I mean? About what the world is. You know what I mean? How the world and the earth is different according to the Bible, right? Well, it's even deeper than that, right? But all I'm gonna say on that is that even when people pull that John 3:16, for God so loved the world that whosoever believeth in him shall not perish but receive everlasting life. It's like we skip over the fact of whosoever believeth in him. If you believe on Christ, that means do what the hell he said to do. He ain't say celebrate Christmas, man. He ain't say eat no damn shrimp or pork or none of that, man. He said love your brother as you love yourself. I mean, if you want to enter into the kingdom of heaven, keep God's commandments. That's what he said. That's what he said.
I was going to say, even with Edomites, if they want to claim that they, that John 3:16, but you out here killing,
right?
Us,
right?
What about that?
And we supposed to forgive them.
Right.
Let's forgive and forget, turn the other cheek, and we get this understanding why? Because of our black leadership. I mean, that's why we get this understanding. You know what I mean? Got something to say?
It's like the Christian church, they teach our people. They give our people the impression that, well, I think this is what God wants you to do. They give their own interpretation of what they think God wants you to do instead of just reading the Bible and doing what he tells you to do.
Man, right. That's why the Isupk case is so important. It's why it takes real men of the Lord to teach our people the truth. You got something to say, sis?
I was going to say, I think they scared to say the truth. Because who really want to turn the other cheek if your child just got killed?
Exactly.
Or your husband or your wife or whatever.
Exactly.
I'm not turning my cheek.
But just like with Dylan Storm Roof, right? The family members of the victims, what they do? Turn the other cheek. They turn around. He done murdered their family in the church. He shot 9 people in the church, man. And how merciless can you be, man? And then I believe he said it out his own mouth that he knew that he had to go to this area in order to fulfill or execute what he wanted to execute or get done, to assassinate, because he wanted to start a race war, right? But he ain't come to the project.
Nope.
He ain't come to the ghetto. If you're not buying or selling, you got to go. Exactly. But they welcome him in. He wouldn't be welcome in here. Even like colorism doesn't matter. They could be jet black or pale white. Colorism doesn't matter, man. You know what I mean? You the seed of your father at the end of the day. But this cat even try to walk, and you could look at him like, yo, my man, you got to prove your nationality right now.
Right.
He ain't coming in here. So, Lockie, you got something you want to say, sis?
I was going to say that right there, as far as him even being able to come in that Christian church right there. Like they say, all are welcome or whatever. Because like you said, here, we're not about to welcome that.
Hell nah. We don't welcome none of that. And then you getting searched. You know what I mean? Listen, man, like Captain Zar, he said nobody like Dylan Storm could come to any of our schools and shoot anybody and make it out alive. It ain't happening. We fall on, go to ground on. Saying it's a lot. I'm just waiting. Sitting back waiting. But my number is called. You know what I mean? It's like coming off the bench in a basketball game. And your number's up. Sitting back waiting. So we in the days we fish. Fishers of men. And there's gonna be days where the Lord send hunters of men. I I mean, but read that last part if you will.
Here the causes between your brethren.
Right, between your brethren, between everybody.
Between your brethren.
Between your brethren, man. So it'll be brothers above us, because you need that order. Once again, without order, it's chaos. If there's no order, if it's just a free for all, it's chaos, man. And people that's coming across the truth, you come across the Israelite community, you will see people that don't believe in order, don't believe in rank, don't believe in none of that. It's just a free for all. You know what I mean? About for sure.
Perfect example of that was on January 6th when they raided the Capitol.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Perfect example of anarchy when you had no
right.
rules or orders.
Exactly.
You know.
No rules, straight chaos, and that's exactly what they did. That was a protest, and you know what's funny, Kabbalah Mall, you don't hear much about that. Let that have been the Black Panthers.
Right.
Oh man. First of all, half of them be shot.
Right.
You know what I mean? Tortured and all of that. You know what I mean? And you don't even hear nothing about that. What's the I don't even know the dude's name that painted his face. They call him something. Hey, I forgot it. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, sir.
It wasn't his name, but it was something he represented or something like that. What was his name?
But he had took the podium thing.
Took the podium. They taking dumps and urinating, defecating the Nancy Pelosi desk. And they done threatened the vice president. What's his name? Mike Pence. They done threatened him. And that's not the first time. They ran down on some Capitol about them being able to come out their house. They come out full assault, masks, guns. So you gonna let us out the house? You gonna uplift these mandates?
With the COVID and everything.
Yeah, with the COVID. Yeah, I forgot where that was at. Somewhere. Yeah, it's not. This is what they about, man. You know what I mean? But real brotherhood is real protest for us. Love your brother as you love yourself. Loving each other, that's the real protest, man. And that protest, loving each other, will bring the kingdom of heaven. Will bring a kingdom where we rule. You know what I mean? On the righteous, this planet Earth under righteous rulership, man. You know what I mean? And not under wicked rulership. Yeah, count. The what?
Mm-hmm.
Back up, bro. What's that?
What you gonna do? Like, what you really gonna do? So I said, are you done here anything?
Oh no, I'm good.
I made you a plate also already.
Oh, thank you, sis. Thank you.
Lock. All right, where we at? So what we talking about is how brotherhood is real protest, right? So we out here, and of course, our people out there protesting for the brother Dante Wright, right? We was protesting for George Floyd.
Mm-hmm.
Protesting for Michael Brown. I mean, we stay protesting, but yet nothing changes. You want to know why? Because we haven't practiced brotherhood. Because we haven't returned to the Lord, the Most High God of this Bible. That's why things keep going on the way they have been. Once we return to the Lord, it won't be any more need to be begging and whining and complaining to an oppressor who give a damn about us, man. You understand what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? That's why we need to gather ourselves together, us as a nation of people. We need to put our wickedness away and return to the Most High God, man. You understand? And be a nation once again. Now, what we was reading, what the brother was just reading, how Moses set up a hierarchy, a rank and order system with our nation, and within our nation, you know. If I had an art with a brother, a problem with another brother, you know, it should never come to fisticuffs. We should never shoot the five about it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I mean, tussle or whatever. It's cool. Now, this is not Isupk official stance. I was gonna say it's what's wrong with a sparring match. You know what I mean? That's what I was gonna say.
I just want to know, like, okay, I understand what you're saying because I'm in the school and stuff, and that's okay when you know, you a sister and there's another sister in the school because we both understand All right, but what about with a brother in the world? And they don't understand. You might be okay, cool, but like, all right, so like, yes, sir, you know what? No foot, shalom. But this person keep on coming at you. They're being the aggressor or whatever. Then what? Do you shoot the fire then?
All right, I'm glad you asked that question. So now you a sister, defend yourself. That's really the answer. Defend yourself at all costs. And as Abraham always said, I'm just begging somebody. Just, you know what I mean? Like, I done went through academy. I done went through the fire. You know what I mean? I felt like I could box before. Now I'm like a million to the millionth power now. I feel like, you know what I mean? Salaki, I'm just saying. So I'm not really begging anybody. But at the end of the day, defend yourself. And if you can diffuse a situation, then diffuse it, because understand that it's them that has the demon on them. It's them that's bothered. So they gonna want to try you. So diffuse it if you are able to. But if you have to put them, if you absolutely have. Now, to the brothers that haven't been in the academy yet, you'll learn. You ain't gonna get in this stance unless this person that your opponent is about to die. That's just real. So you want to preserve the life of your brother. Now he a brother in the flesh, but up in here, these are my brothers and sisters in the flesh and in the spirit. So it'll never come to that. But in the world, people will try you. So in the academy, you will learn. Don't even get into this stance unless your opponent about to die. You know what I mean? So that's how serious that is. So usually, just like at camp, somebody, running up or whatever, just back up. I mean, that's all really. Back up, man. You need to back up. Give me some space. If it come to that, then if it come anything past that, Lord be with it. We not Christians in here. Once again, Dylan Storm Roof, just like Captain Zariah say, Dylan Storm Roof ain't coming up in here and shooting nobody.
Right.
I mean, if he could get a shot off, he is not making it out. He's not gonna see Burger King. You understand? That go for anybody, man. Right. We are not Christians, man. We love each other, man. Right. That's how important brotherhood is. That's how important love for each other is. We love each other, man. We go out there and go to war. We watching each other's back, man. No one else. The world definitely ain't watching our back, man. We gotta watch each other's back. We gotta be there for each other, man. Oh man. And then man. So now, what we was going over is, how, it'll be judges. It's supposed to be judges in our nation. Like, we don't have judges in our nation. We don't have counselors that we can go to. We supposed to be able to go to our religious leaders, our black leadership, right? With problems, but where they at? Where they at? Where our black leadership back to? Black leaders, where they at to say you not gonna sue the parents of Trayvon Martin?
Right.
You know what I mean? Or where the black leaders at to say police brutality has to stop? Nowhere to be found. You got something to say?
I was saying, let's what you get Al Sharpton. Who gonna tell you to turn the other cheek?
Right.
And you make a $1,000 donation, and I can tell you what to do.
And we already know he worked for the Fed.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like William O'Neill. Shalaka, that's a plug. Shameless plug. William O'Neill. Judas and the Black Messiah. It was alright. It was too wild. It was too alright. But yeah, our black leaders are nowhere to be found. They could care less about us, man. You know what I mean? Read on.
Here's the causes between your brothers.
Between your brothers. Between your brothers. Not everybody on the planet Earth. Between your brothers. You know what I mean? Keep reading.
And judge righteously between every man and his brother.
Every man and his brother. Read.
And the stranger that is with him.
And the what?
And the stranger that is with him.
And the stranger that is with him. So now, the word will break that down as anybody in the world. You know what I mean? Well, we know that because precept upon precept, we know that, once again, what I just said a few moments ago, that, the brothers in here, we brothers in flesh and in spirit. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Brothers in the world, they brothers in flesh, man. They still a brother, but they not my brother, man. Because they in the world, you know what I mean?
So like you said, so those would be the strangers?
Right. They be the strangers, man. You know what I mean? They the strangers. They welcome to the damn Passover, man. Come on through. Whatever color you wear. You know, here's what trips me out. Is that all these brothers wear the same exact thing. Like, yo, man, why all y'all gotta dress the same? And I'm gonna tell you something I had learned here recently too. Man. When it comes to that, when you see brothers out there, now I'm gonna get off it. I'm gonna get off it in a second. But what I came across was that, like, yeah, y'all could go out there and teach, or y'all could go out there and do this and do that, as long as y'all do this. As long as y'all do that. As long as y'all be in uniform. Right. Like the Boy Scouts. You know what I mean? Salaki. I mean, it's just the truth, man. You know what I mean? You be mad all you want. It's just the truth, man. I could never get with the Israelite school of UPK if every brother dressed the same. That was in the world. Right. I couldn't do it, man. Like, nah. It sounds good, but it don't look good. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot. Read on. So the stranger would be a brother, but he ain't a brother in spirit. I mean, and biblically speaking, Salaki, biblically speaking, you know, you had the nation of Israel living in the land, right? So then you had, just like how we're scattered now, you had Israelites living in other places, right? So they may come to that land and be considered a stranger, but they're still an Israelite. But they're a stranger because they ain't grow up around it. And just like in the neighborhood, you ain't from this hood. I mean, you ain't from these projects. And they'll get stepped to an approach. Read on.
Verse 17. You shall not respect persons in judgment.
Do what?
You shall not respect persons in judgment.
There's no such thing as respect a person. And meaning what? It doesn't matter if you're popular. Doesn't matter if you're rich. Don't matter if you're poor. Don't matter if you're bum. When it comes to, you know, judging these certain matters, none of that matters. You know what I mean? Who cares? It's not a popularity contest like how social media is set up to be now. You know what I mean? Like some type of popularity contest. It don't matter who the hell you are. I mean, it don't matter what rank you have. I mean, what type of resources you have. I mean, that matter between you and that brother gonna be judged righteous. There's no respect of persons. Read on.
But ye shall hear the small as well as the great.
Right. So now we talking about protesting. I mean, now of course, harsh things have been happening to us here recently and in the past. You know what I mean? It's far back as the lynchings in the 30s and the 40s. You know what I mean? The 60s. The water hoses and the dogs being sicked on us and all that, man. These are great matters. You know what I mean? But we protesting to a nation of people who could care less about us. Man. Right. You know what I mean? We need to be gathering together. That's what we need to be doing. Damn, asking them. You got something you want to say, sis?
Yeah, I was going to say, so like this, sir. You would think, since what happened to George Floyd, by now it would have clicked in all our heads, like, okay, you know what? Why we keep doing the same thing over and over?
Right.
Because here they go again in Minnesota. Oh, y'all going to riot. Y'all going to protest. And then what? You going to go to work tomorrow.
Right.
It's still going to be yes, sir. Right. No, sir.
And what is our people out there protesting for? And you know what I mean? Marching for. What is the real thing that we doing when we out there?
I don't know. I would say, I guess, protesting for justice.
For justice? But what are we really trying to do? What are we really?
So like I said, we're trying to integrate.
We trying to get acceptance from these other nations. That's what we trying to do. You know what I mean? So march for what? Right. Try to get acceptance from them for what?
So I was gonna say, they just doing the same thing like they've been doing since Martin Luther King.
Mm-hmm.
And he said that he feels as though what he said, sold his people to a burning building.
Right. Said he feared, right, exactly. You know? Feared that he integrated his people into a burning building, which he did. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You got something you want to say, brother?
I say recognition.
Do what?
Recognition.
Marching for recognition?
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, just to be heard, just to be known, just so you get your face out there, because you hear the white man doing their part, you want to go hard. That's what I see in my neighborhood. You know, you see them marching on TV. Now y'all want to march and go up and down the street. You know what I'm saying? You just doing that, trying to follow in behind the crowd and get your face.
I see what you're saying with when it comes to recognition. You know what I mean? Yeah, you want to be recognized by our oppressor. You know what I mean?
So I was just going off what he said when he was like marching in our neighborhood. Yeah, we marching and burning down our neighborhood, but you see them white people went straight to the Capitol and kicked open them doors.
Right.
That's not our neighborhood.
That ain't our neighborhood. You know what I mean? Barber shop.
Yes, it's like, so we don't march when we killing each other.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. So we'll use that same energy.
Right.
You know what I mean? When a brother loses his life. Man, I was just thinking about a brother I know, man. We all took a hit today. Brother called me up early this morning, man. You know what I mean? Big ups to him. All right, took a hit. All of us, man. You know what I mean? Other brothers that die from violence from each other, we don't go marching, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We don't go protesting, man. Brotherhood is the real protest.
Right.
Loving each other, that's the real protest, man. And that love that we have for one another, we should be able to take any problem that we have and take it to a judge. And he'll judge righteously.
That's why I feel like churches are still operating off of that. I don't know what Bible they operating off of or what teaching, but you never hear in churches like, brotherly love or loving our own. But we so quick, like you say, to turn the other cheek when our child gets shot by the white man or our kids get killed or we get killed or whatever. But like you said, you got a friend that got killed today. Where's the outrage for that?
Right. It's great. What you got something to say, brother?
No, we don't understand what love is.
Right, we don't. You got something else?
No, it's like you said, we don't know what love is, so we'll rep like losing a life like DMX. It's like what you said earlier. We don't have no respect of person, so we don't care nothing about him being a rapper. We care about all people that's on drugs, whether they're a Christian junkie or not.
Damn
At the end of the day, we want all of them off drugs.
Damn right.
We don't know what love is, so we'll be lit over his death, but we won't be upset at the drug dealer that sold him that last whatever he took to kill him.
Damn right. Most high crap. That's heavy. That's heavy. You know what I mean? You're right. Absolutely right. I mean, so quick to it's like Prodigy, right? Prodigy was another rapper, lost his life, from they say a disease, you know what I mean, whatever, right? Don't get into no conspiracy theories or nothing like that. But after he died, then everybody started bigging him up, and I don't want to say not to recognize somebody either. I mean, yeah, give him recognition, man. You know what I mean? And like how the brother was bringing that in the system of, why are they Christians in the first place? Right? Why? I mean, getting the truth of the Bible. Why? To be what?
No. Famous.
What's the words you used earlier?
Recognition.
Yeah.
Recognition from who? The oppressor. I'm a good Christian, man. You know what I mean? Like that's supposed to matter. You still get tied up on that noose, man. A cross still be burned in your yard, man. But our people be good Christian people to get recognition from our oppressor. And we need to do what? We need to separate ourselves from them, man. You know what I mean? We need to practice brotherhood with each other, man. Sisterhood with each other, man. I mean, it's a lock. Read on. There shall not be no respect of persons. This is how the brother was saying, man. Ain't no respect of persons, man. I done met famous people personally, and I don't get moved. I can care less, man. You can give me a job, man. What? I mean, you famous, cool. In all actuality, and I always on a personal sidebar, right? I've always kind of felt bad for famous people. You know what I mean? Because like I'm the only child, so like I need what they say. I don't need to be bothered, man. Leave me alone. You know what I'm saying? I got neighbors want to come knock at the door. Like, yo, so what you want? What you want? You know what I'm saying? I don't talk like I'm nice and cordial, so to speak. I think I am anyway. I'm polite. Let me tell it, right? And I'll be like, what you want, man? I mean, so I could just imagine being famous everywhere you go, people bother. So I always felt bad for them. Like money, yeah, having a bunch of money, that's cool. Got $1 million house, you know what I mean? That's cool. But look at all the people that you left behind or that you bring along. No respect of person's head, because we authentic individuals, aka, excuse my language, real ninjas, put it like that. You know what I mean? We authentic individuals up in here. You give a damn about your if you famous and you come up in here, you gonna go through the trooper program just like everybody else. You know what I mean? You gonna be if you want to be up in here, you gonna wear all black for 90 days. It's a lock. Ain't no respect of persons, man. Christ ain't had no respect of persons, man. Okay, what you tell that rich man? To sell all that you have.
Right.
Give a damn about your riches, man. And care less. Make a hefty donation to the Isupk under Command General High. Yo, that's your respect of persons. Amen. Read on.
You shall not respect persons in judgment.
Right, in judgment. I mean, so who cares if they popular or rich? None of that matters. What's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. Either when you right, you right. I mean, that's what we used to say. Keep reading.
But ye shall hear the small as well as the great.
Right, you should hear all the problems of the nation. Every last one of them. I mean, that's the burden that brothers got to take on. You know what I mean? I could just imagine about the counselors up in here, phones ringing off the hook. I know I'm a heavy sleeper. I sleep like a rock. So, like, if I ever get the authority to do so, damn it, man. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? The man had to reprogram my mind to be a light sleeper. But people's lives are in your hands if you are a counselor. Read on. In whatever matter it is, whether it's great or whether it's small. So take that on. Take on that responsibility. Sometimes I think about the responsibilities I got, and then I think about the responsibilities those above me have. It's like my responsibilities are nothing. You know what I mean? Read on.
You shall not be afraid of the face of man.
Right. So the countenance of man, he might be let down, he might be angry. You ain't fearing none of that. Read on.
For the judgment is the Most High.
The judgment is who?
Is the Most High.
That's what we fear. We fear the Most High. Judgment is of the Lord, man, at the end of the day. So the brother gonna judge the matter regardless. The brother might be let down. Or this cat, he might be angry. You know what I mean? And then but the judgment ultimately will be the Lord's anyhow. Read on.
And the cause that is too hard for you, bring it unto me, and I will hear it.
Now this is Moses saying these things. He said, if it's too rough for you, bring it unto me and I'll deal with it, man. I got it. You know what I mean? Basically taking on responsibility. Drop that. Give me Matthew 25 and 31. Alright. So once again, we're talking about how brotherhood is real protest. Which it is. Alright. Loving each other, that's real protest, man. And that protest in itself will, fix our condition. Brotherhood will fix our condition. Sisterhood will fix our condition. Love for one another will fix us, man. It will change things. It would change, what's the word? I ain't gonna act like some type of intellectual scholar or nothing like that. It'll change the diasporas. You know what I mean? The things, man. It'll change everything, man. You know what I mean? If so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans will wake up to the truth and we love each other, right? As we love ourselves, it'll change everything, man.
Right.
You understand? It'll be the kingdom of heaven right here on earth. So that's why brotherhood is so important. That's why Christ taught. You know what I mean? Now, if you want to know the real spirit of Christ, then read about it. You know what I mean? Christ is love, yeah, but he ain't love everybody. He loved his brothers, man. He was all about his brothers, man. And the brothers that you meet up in here, that's what we all about, brotherhood, man. I mean, we exude brotherhood. It's our people that hate our own people. That's what they see us. It's like that demon in them explodes, man. How can you love black people so much? That's how it literally be at camp, right or wrong. How can you say that? Black people the greatest. They don't say this, but I mean that's what I'll be seeing. That be coming off. You know what I mean? Be steaming off their head. I don't get hot, Salaki. I'm just saying. That's what I'll be imagining. Right? Like, man, they steaming, man. You know what I mean? We out there telling our people that we the greatest people upon the entire face of the planet Earth. If our own people get upset about it. Check that out. How? I mean, how can you be upset about that? You know what I mean? That's what you say?
John 3:16.
John 3:16, right? Exactly. God's supposed to love everybody. You know what I mean? We supposed to all be one whole race of people. When they show us over and over again that we are not one nation of people, man. We are separate people, man. You know what I mean? And we need to separate ourselves and be a nation, a holy nation that God chose us to be, a special people unto himself. You understand? And love each other. If you would, brother, Matthew 25 and start at verse 31.
This book of Matthew, chapter 25, verse 31.
Right.
When the Son of Man shall come in his glory.
So now, the Son of Man is Christ. And when the Son of Man shall come in his glory, what is glory? What is glory? Somebody look that up real quick. Glory. When the Son of Man shall come in his glory. Anybody want to take a stab at it? Somebody want to guess? What is glory?
Without me looking at the...
Go ahead, sir.
Will glory be like... No. I guess... who you're supposed to be, or... you know, your glory is...
Nah. Go ahead, bro.
I say happy beyond happy.
Happy beyond happy? You could say that. What you got to say, brother?
Like in his magnificence or honor.
Right. Damn right. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? In his magnificence and his honor. Right? I think the definition of glory says honor and notable achievements. You know what I'm saying? That's what I believe the definition reads, right?
Right.
That's what it says.
Oh, God.
Yeah, who says ain't nothing in this? so lie it. I'm just saying. Right? So he said, read that from the top, brother.
When the Son of Man shall come in his glory.
Shall come in his glory, man. And glory, and like you get glory from doing what? Like salaki, right? To the word. So if growing up, if you win the fist fight, you in glory now. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a notable achievement. Like, everybody like, damn, he did that boy dirty. Or you know what I mean? If you watch it, my man, you don't do it twice. You know what I'm saying? Anyhow, you know, if you like in a basketball game, you done score 30 points. You know what I mean? Everybody recognize like that's a moment of glory. We go out to camp and we go out and blaze. You know what I'm saying? We go out and spit the truth. That's our moment in glory. We come back from camp, we circle up. That's like coming back from victory, man.
Right.
We come back all in one piece without a scratch, man. I mean, shout out to Kentucky 8. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's not a brother that went out to camp and didn't come back from camp. I mean, so that we come back in glory. And read that again from the top.
When the Son of Man shall come in his glory.
Shall come in his glory, go ahead.
And all the holy angels with him.
So it's biblical prophecy that Christ is going to crack that sky and hundreds of millions of angels going to come with him, right? That's a biblical prophecy, man. You know what I mean? Keep reading. Meaning this, that it's going to happen. And how do we know that it's going to happen? Because all other prophecies in the Bible has happened. It has come to pass. Now, what is an angel? Now that's a whole nother spill. I'll get into it quickly, right? Just like a demon is a demon, a demon is that thought. You know what I mean? And all the angels got jobs to do. So they come to earth, going to and fro on the earth, and they go back and report it to the Lord. You know what I'm saying? So just feel that for a second or paint a picture of that. You know what I mean? Christ's going to crack that sky with hundreds of millions of angels to establish the kingdom on this planet Earth. Read on.
Then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory.
So then after all that, he's going to sit upon the throne of his glory, man. And what is a throne for, right? Kings sit on their throne. Why? Because what? They rule a kingdom. See what I'm saying? And Christ's going to rule this kingdom or the kingdom to come. That kingdom is coming. And we got to fight for that kingdom, man. And we got to protest for that kingdom. And not how we doing now. Go protesting and marching and begging for and whining, basically. You know, crying like big babies. You know what I mean? And once again, what baffles me is that how many times will it have to happen for people to realize, like, yo, you know, protesting doesn't work. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, you got something you would say, sis?
That's why I was saying earlier, like, you know, with George Floyd, everybody watched that man get killed, you know. How many times we gonna keep on protesting and saying, oh, this is wrong, oh, they better get locked up, or, you know, whatever. And they never do. That girl, what? She went home, or she resigned. She's still getting a check. Right. Let her go to prison.
Right. She ought to.
Exactly. Let her get life.
That's murder. And another thing too, right? Like on a personal note, right? Sidebar, right? I think we all, but I've had run-ins with police, right? And I'm a little skinny dude. You know what I'm saying? You know, I got these rhinoceros shoulders, you know what I'm saying? But I'm a little skinny dude. And it's always like 20 cops for me. It's like, yo, man, they about to get the rope. You know what I'm saying? It's a matter of time. You already in handcuffs, praying to God. In handcuffs. If I get out this situation, I'm never going to smoke again. I'm never going to do this ever again. You know what I mean? You get out that situation, you do it all over. You know what I mean?
Or so like I said, you don't have to do it all over again like that lieutenant. You could just begin stopped for traffic.
Very true. It's a lot.
We're going to march about as long as we protest because it got the wrong message behind it.
Right.
We don't want to protest pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster. We don't want to protest and not do, follow the law, setting the commandment, but we'll beg. We'll beg our oppressor for a crumb.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. We begging the oppressor for a damn crumb. Right. When the shoe's supposed to be on the other foot. They supposed to be begging up.
Damn right.
You know what I mean? They supposed to be begging us for air. They supposed to be begging us for air. You know how you heard that joke before? We gonna start paying for air?
Yeah.
They supposed to be begging us for air. Like we beg for water and lights and all that. The role's gonna be reversed. But we ain't gonna get that by protest. Like how we protesting now. You had something you want to say?
Oh yeah, like the sister right here, she was talking about how the lieutenant got choked down. Like the whole army lieutenant. You know, how you get pulled out your car by 3 regular officers and you're an army lieutenant, you're over them, if you want to be honest. Like, how do you get chastised and talked drunk to by them when you're over them and you have no weapons on you, you're doing nothing wrong,
you wanna know why?
And they still pull you out the car
you wanna know why?
And do all this?
I'll tell you why, because in they mind, a brother could never be over them.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
When I was watching class Monday night, Officer Kowal, like he was saying, for that brother to even be a lieutenant, he had to first go to college for 4 years. Then when he got enlisted, because I remember when I was in ROTC, that's how it was. You go to college, and when you go actually, enlist into the military, you'll be higher than, an E4 or whatever. You'll be higher than those people. And he wanted to talk to him like he was below. But he hired, like he said, higher than the officer. I pull rank on you. But you supposed to salute me when you see me. And but you macing me.
Them officers didn't give a damn about none of that.
My father is ex-military and former military. And he proud as he can be. And as we watched that clip, the man said, I served his country. And he still didn't give a damn about none of that shit because of what he looked like. Bottom line is how much pride you have for your country when you get snatched out of a car.
Exactly. Give Pilat your hand. You know what I mean? We fight for a country that give a damn about us, man.
Right.
And then we say it so proud. I'm American. I fought for this country. Right. Meanwhile, we in this country, whether you a drug dealer or you a lieutenant in the military, whether you a straight up gangbanger or you a Christian pastor, damn it. You know what I mean? The police will treat you the same, man.
Right.
So, like when all this was going on, they was putting memes on Facebook and stuff. Colin Kaepernick, remember, he was kneeling. They were like, oh, that's disrespectful to the troops. And then people was like, well, what is that then when you was doing that to that lieutenant? How you was treating him? That wasn't disrespectful? As long as you be quiet.
That's very true. Right. That's very disrespectful. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But just like in the Civil War, they ain't want brothers fighting in the war. And then in the was it World War I or II or something like that? All the wars. We fought in all they damn wars. Right. It still ain't enough. We gave them all of our love, and it's still not enough. Man. Right. You know what I mean? They like a ungrateful woman. Salakia says, I'm just saying. Like it's never good enough. I know y'all brothers could relate. You know what I mean? That's why I like, you know what? Damn all that, man. You know what I mean? Why even try? Just be an asshole to him. Right. That works the best. You know what I'm saying? Salakia. We all off. I'm all off. All right? So we back to it. So now what we talking about is how brotherhood is the real protest. All right? That's what we talking about. Love for one another. That's the real black people, Spanish and Native Americans. That's the real protest, man. And that protest right there will give us what we truly need. What we need. Not what we want, but what we need. And what we need is salvation. Right. What we need is justice, man. That's what we need, man. And I mean, we not going to get that from marching and protesting. Right. Like how we do. Right. All right? So if you will, brother, keep reading.
Verse 32.
Uh-huh.
And before him shall be gathered all nations.
Shall be gathered what?
All nations.
So now you just read previously in the previous verse that Christ is going to be sitting on his throne of glory, man. So now you sit on your throne. Why? Because you were king. I mean, you were a ruler, man. So Christ sitting on his throne of glory, man. And he'll be sitting, and read that last part again.
And before him shall be gathered all nations.
So while Christ is sitting on his throne of glory, all the nations on the planet Earth shall be gathered before him, man. Meaning what? Meaning that all of us are not the same nation. Right. You understand? All nations shall be gathered before Christ. This is what's coming. Right. The world should get ready for this. We should get ready for this. That's why we need to put away our wickedness, man. Right. That's why we need to learn how to love each other, because this is coming. Christ is coming back. You seen the t-shirts? I still ain't get one yet. I need about 10 of them. Christ is coming back for war, man. Right. They think Christ is all love and hugs and kisses and, you know what I mean? Tell a Christian lady that's her husband. That's her boyfriend. You know what I mean? Christ is a warrior, man. Right. He's a soldier, man. Understand? He's an austere man. We've been talking about it all last week. I think the week before we were talking about it since 69, man. You know what I mean? The characteristics of the Most High in Christ. Now, Christ will be sitting on his throne of glory, meaning his kingdom. He's sitting on his throne in front of his kingdom, in front of all the nations, man. Because we are not all one nation. They are different nations. I'll read on.
And before him shall be gathered all nations.
Right.
And he shall separate them one from another.
And he shall do what?
Separate them one from another.
You hear what the Bible say? The Bible didn't say that all of us going to come together. Right. The Bible says Christ going to sit on his throne of glory, and all the nations going to be before him. And he shall what?
Shall separate them one from another.
Nah, join them all together.
Separate them one from another.
Love everybody. Look, God love, Jesus said.
Separate them one from another.
That's what the Bible says, man. The Bible says that Christ going to separate all nations one from another, man. I didn't say this. The brothers in here, we ain't say that. The Bible says it. It's the Bible. That's what says it, man. That's what says that we should be separate, man. You know what I mean? If the Bible says for us to be separate, man. Christ going to separate us. The Most High already wanted us to be separate. Right. The Most High and separated, as nations, man. All these other nations of people, they're separate. The so-called Asians, Chinese, so-called Japanese, so-called East Indians, so-called Africans, you name it, so-called Europeans, they are all separate. Right. We the only ones that want to gather them with them. Right. It's only us that want to gather with them, man. Right. It's only us that do what? Seek recognition from them. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I get a mansion, now I'm just like Billy Bob. Nah. You know what I'm saying? Nah. That's not how it works, man. It's not how it works. Christ, the Bible says that Christ gonna separate the nations, man, when he's on his throne of glory. Well, read on.
And he shall separate them one from another. As a shepherd divideth his sheep from the goats.
Right, keep reading.
verse 33. And he shall set up the sheep on his right hand.
And he shall do what?
And he shall set the sheep on his right hand.
Now, this is talking about, now Christ is talking right here in this whole, you know what I mean, these scriptures right here. He said he shall set the sheep on his right hand. All right, now all throughout the scriptures, God's chosen people are described as what? The lost sheep. You know what I mean? Why, man? Why, man? Because we are literally, us as a people, man, we so full of, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? We so full of combativeness, you know what I mean? Defiance, rebellion, right? Throughout the sins, we so full of, you know, wrath and anger, and we supposed to be angry because we oppress in this place, but we angry with one another instead of us coming together and being angry about our oppression, man. You know what I mean? That's what we should be angry about, but really, we are harmless, man. We harmless, and that's why we describe, I don't want to say that's the only reason why, but that's one of the reasons why we describe this sheep. Because if you see a sheep, we harmless, man. I mean, literally, we don't hurt anybody, man. But we've been taught to hate each other and to show compassion to everybody else except one another. You know what I mean? So all throughout the Bible, we, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, are described as lost sheep, man. So right here, this scripture right here says that Christ did what?
And he shall set the sheep on his right hand.
On his what hand?
On his right hand.
What we say in the hood? That's my right hand man. That's a black thing. It's a lock. You have to throw that in. You know what I'm saying? Keep reading.
But the goats on the left.
But the goats on the left. What that sister saying? To the left. That Beyonce. Some just salami. I'm just saying, man. Just in our spirit, man. The left is always whack. You know what I mean? Right is right. Left hand for the white man, salami. But you get the point. You know what I mean? The sheep, his chosen will be on his right hand, and everybody else on his what?
Left.
But the goats on the left.
Everybody else on his left. Keep reading.
Verse 34. Then shall the king say unto them on his right hand,
right?
Come, ye blessed of my father.
So those on his right hand, talking about them sheep, those lost sheep, those on his right hand, come, ye blessed of my father. You are blessed of my father, because the covenant was between Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And Jacob is the progenitor of the nations of Israel. I mean, he's blessed by my father, right? The Most High. Keep reading.
Inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world.
And do what?
Inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world.
The kingdom of heaven was prepared for you, prepared for us, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, from the what?
From the foundation of the world.
Since the foundation is what? You know what I mean? If you build anything, it starts a foundation. So from the foundation, since the world created, since the earth was created, the kingdom of heaven has been established for you, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. You know what I mean? And Christ is saying, come. I mean, come all of you. Inherit this kingdom, man. It's like we don't want the kingdom. That's what in our people in the world. How you think we got here? We got here because we heard about this kingdom. You know what I mean? We heard about this. You know what I mean? We heard about this paradise, afterlife in the world. We heard about it. And I don't know about everybody else, but it's like, I don't believe in ghosts. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't afraid of ghosts. Like Ghostbusters and all that. I ain't afraid of that. I've never been afraid of that. Like, you know what I mean? But then you get the truth and it's like, that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? How come we the only people, black people, I mean, how come we the only people that have to die to experience heaven? Ain't that crazy? You know what I'm saying? When the kingdom of heaven is ours, according to this Bible. And the whole concept of heaven comes from where? This Bible right here. You know what I mean? I mean, now you got other like beliefs or religions that talk about an afterlife, right? But it's not described as a kingdom. And this is talking about the kingdom of heaven. And we going to inherit the kingdom of heaven, which is going to be right here on this planet Earth where we rule. We could inherit that by practicing brotherhood, by obeying the Lord. You understand? You understand? It's our inheritance. Read on.
Verse 35.
Right.
For I was in hunger, and ye gave me meat.
So I was hungry, and you fed me. Keep reading.
I was thirsty, and ye gave me drink.
I was thirsty, and you gave me something to drink. Read on.
I was a stranger, and ye took me in.
It's like we was talking about a little earlier, man. That's strange. I wasn't even from around here. You still gave me a place to lay my head. That's how it should be. As in the kingdom, that's how it's going to be. You know what I mean? Just because that brother ain't from around, he's still a brother. That's why we got barracks now in the Israelite School of UPK. We got schools and we got barracks, man. So brother, a stranger in this context right here, so he don't gotta sleep on the streets in the cold. You know what I'm saying? Or sleep out there in the streets in the elements of the weather. You know what I mean? Read on.
Verse 36. Naked, and ye clothed me.
Right, you looked out. Keep reading.
I was sick, and ye visited me.
So you know how that is. You got somebody up in the hospital, they loved ones never come to visit. I mean, you know, someone visits you in the hospital, you were sick, you know, they got love for them. You know what I mean? They got love for them. They take time out their day to come visit them. They got some love. I see you shaking your head, bro. You got something you want to say? Go ahead.
Hey, that don't always mean because
right.
You see your homeboy, your homegirl, your family member in the hospital dying. Just because you there don't mean you care. You could be there to see them go away.
I see what you're saying.
You could be there to see them get out of this earth.
I see what you're saying.
You're not always there by their side. You could be there to help them get away.
It's very true. Very true. When you sick, right? Read that last part again, brother, if you would.
I was sick, and ye visited me.
Right. It doesn't mean that he was in the hospital. It just means he was sick. You know what I'm saying? That when you sick, like being sick doesn't mean I got a cough. You know what I mean? Like if I was sick, like if I call out from getting money from work, a sick day, like I'm sick as hell. I can't even get up. I can't move, man. Like I'm hurting. You know what I'm saying? You sick. If someone come visit you, man. Don't mean at a hospital. Someone come check upon you. Like, yo, man, you alright? With a genuine sincerity. You know what I mean? Like, yo, man, you cool? Anything I can get for you? Like your mama, your grandma, it can give you that tussle. You got that damn, you got so whatever cold you got, get that tussle. In my case, but my people, they from the islands. They say chew some garlic. Oh damn. They know that country. I got my other side. They from South Carolina. I got a side. They from the islands. I get a clove of garlic and some kind of bath. I had to chew it. It's nasty as hell. But I wake up feeling like a champ. You know what I'm saying?
Put an onion on your chest.
I heard about that. Yeah. But you get the point, brother. And you sick. What it say? You sick? I was sick and you came and visited. Read on.
I was sick and you visited me.
Right.
I was in prison and you came on to me.
Like, you got brothers in prison right now. Can't even get a damn letter. You know what I mean? So basically what he's saying is, you did all these things for me when I was down and out. Read on.
Verse 37. Then shall the righteous answer him, saying,
right.
Lord, when saw we thee and hungered and fed thee?
Right, just like grandma. Hey, she don't even care if you're not hungry. She gonna feed you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Am I lying? She gonna feed you, man. She gonna make sure you got some food in your belly. I used to get these plates back when I was, man, I say I'm skinny now. I was Snoop Dogg skinny. You know what I mean? He said, we gonna get you fat. I eat. I don't gain no weight. You know what I'm saying? Grandma steady pushing that all kind of unhealthy mac and cheese. You know what I'm saying? So lock it. Read on.
Or thirsty and gave thee drink?
Right. Keep reading.
Verse 38. When saw we thee a stranger and took thee in? Or naked and clothed thee? Verse 39.
Right.
Or when saw we thee sick or in prison and came unto thee?
So this Christ talking right here all throughout these scriptures, right? He talking about the righteous people. Like it's normal to be a brother, man, to be a sister. This is normal, man. Like, how can we not feed you when you're not hungry? How can we not, you know what I mean, give you some water when you're not thirsty, man? You know what I mean? It's brotherhood, man. And brotherhood is real protest. You understand? Love for one another, care for one another. That's real protest, man. Marching in the street is read on.
Verse 40.
Right.
And the king shall answer and say unto them, Verily I say unto you, inasmuch as ye have done it unto one of the least of these my brethren, ye have done it unto me.
So feel that for a second, right? Right. So you do all this for me, you done did it to one of the least of my brethren. You know what I mean? Fed me when I was hungry, clothed me when I ain't have any clothes. You done it unto me, you done done it to the least of my brethren, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's a bedrock brotherhood milk scripture, 25 and 40. Write it down in your notepad. You know what I mean? Take it out to camp with you or study it. You know what I mean? Teach your other brothers, man. You know what I mean? Read that again. Verse 40.
And the king shall answer and say unto them, Verily I say unto you.
And the king shall answer. A king is a man that rules a kingdom. All right, so read on.
Inasmuch as ye have done it unto one of the least of these my brethren,
right,
ye have done it unto me.
You treat all the brothers like that, man. No matter who they are. You know what I mean? Keep reading.
Verse 41. Then shall he say also unto them on the left hand, Depart from me.
On the left hand. We were talking about it earlier, right? My right hand man, and these cats on the left. That was way left what you did. That's how we talk, man. That's how we talk. Now, he said unto who? The people on the left hand, because he separated everybody. That's what Christ did, right? According to these scriptures. Read on.
Then shall he say also unto them on the left hand, Depart from me.
Do what?
Depart from me.
It ain't beat it. Scram. Get lost. Depart from me. Read on.
Ye cursed. Into everlasting fire.
Damn it, man. Now, is this a man that's all about love? Hell nah. He said, get the hell away from me, man. You curse. This what Christ is saying out of his own mouth, man. He said, ye curse into everlasting fire, man. Everlasting, break that down. What is everlasting? Forever. Fire doesn't feel good, man. It's not like a hot shower, man. You know what I'm saying? It's an everlasting fire. That's everlasting torture, man. That's what that is. And for what? It's not for nothing. You know what I mean? It's because of Dante Wright. It's because of Philando Castillo. You know what I mean? The Lord sees all this, man. Christ know all about all this, man. We should know all about all this, man. It's because of Sandra Bland, man. You know what I mean? Read on.
Prepared for the devil and his angels. Verse 42. For I was an hungered, and ye gave me no meat.
Now, I was hungry and you gave me no meat. Now, isn't that us? Right now? You know what I mean? Starved. How many job applications? I filled out, I don't know how many job applications, man. Got turned down. You know what I mean? I was hungry and you gave me nothing to eat, man. And we were talking about food stamps earlier, right? I applied for food stamps. They didn't give me squat. I said, nah. They said, nah. Ain't giving you nothing, man. You know what I mean? Read on.
I was thirsty, and you gave me no drink. Verse 43. I was a stranger, and ye took me not in.
Right.
Naked, and ye clothed me not. Sick and in prison, and ye visited me not.
They don't give a damn about. It's like they don't give a damn about us right now. Just going over it, right? You got something you want to say, brother?
Yeah, you know, when you look around our city, it's a Christian church in every neighborhood that's terrible in our community.
Right.
So you think about it, like when you live in certain communities like that, you feel like you gotta sell drugs to get out of it. But like when you read the scriptures, your pastors ain't taking guys and your pastors ain't feeding nobody.
Right.
Because the Christian church ain't got the answer.
They damn sure don't. Christian church does not have the answers of fixing the conditions of our people. If they did, we would have the kingdom of heaven.
Right.
You understand? You understand? But we don't. We don't even know what the kingdom of heaven is. All right? Read on.
Verse 44. Then shall they also answer him, saying, Lord, when saw we thee in hunger, or athirst, or a stranger, or naked, or sick, or in prison, and did not minister unto thee?
Right. So, down and out, and they ain't give a damn. Keep reading.
Verse 45. Then shall he answer them, saying, Verily I say unto you, inasmuch as ye did it not to one of the least of these, ye did it not to me.
Yeah, what Christ say. So you ain't helped none of my brothers out. You done did it the same to me, man. So the same thing that happened to Dante Wright, that happened to Christ, man. Christ went up on that cross, you know. I mean, lest people know it or not. Lest the world knows it or not. He got persecuted, you know. He got tortured and, not the, what's the word I'm looking for? It wasn't like a shot to the head, you know what I'm saying? And he got tortured, you know. You know what I mean? And he got hung from a tree. All right? Just like our brothers and sisters now in recent history, going back hundreds of years. They know they doing it unto Christ's brothers, and Christ gonna rule this place. And it's hard for the world to grasp and understand, but it's coming. And our people need to wake up to that. That time is coming, man. And that's why it's so important that we wake up to the truth of who we are and return back to the Lord so Christ could come back and give us justice, man. And free us from the oppression that we suffer from now. You understand? Keep reading.
Verse 46. And these shall go away into everlasting punishment, but the righteous into life eternal.
The righteous into life eternal. I mean, we shall live. They say, we shall live forever. Man. I mean, that's the kingdom of heaven. I mean, ain't that what it say? We were talking about John 3:16 a little earlier, man. Everlasting life. I mean, we've been living in everlasting hell. But the time's gonna come where it's not gonna be like that any longer. You understand? You understand? Drop that. Give me Obadiah 1 and start at verse 15. Hey, bro. She too wild. You too wild.
Yeah, 1 and 15, sir?
Yeah, come.
Book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 15. For the day of the Most High is near upon all the heathen.
Say what?
For the day of the Most High is near upon all the heathen.
The day of the Most High is near upon all the heathen, man. Who's heathen? Heathen is non-Israelites.
Right.
Understand? Heathen is the one that shot Dante Wright.
Right.
The heathens are the ones that pulled over my mans from the military, man. My man, those are the heathens. And the day of the Lord is not sunflowers, roses, hugs, and kisses, man. The day of the Lord is fire and brimstone, man. It's death and destruction. Y'all see what happened down there in St. Vincent with the volcano erupting? Y'all seen that?
Yeah.
Y'all seen some videos on it, right? And you think of a volcano erupting like what they call it, magma, or what's it called? Lava, right? Flowing everywhere. I never really thought or even think about like the bunch of ashes in the air. And I was looking at the videos, we in the age of social media. I seen freaking smoke and ashes like miles in it. It looked like miles to the top of the damn ozone layer. People driving through it. And it's literally, they driving through ash, man. Mm-hmm. It's raining ash, man. Rain and rocks and ash. They have to evacuate and all of that, man. That's the work of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? God did that, man. God erupted that volcano.
Right.
I mean, it's a lot more to it than just lava and magma and all that. It's a lot. I think magma magma becomes lava.
Yeah.
Right? Am I saying that right?
Yes, sir.
Something like that. It's been a while since I was in school. Right? Science class, what I'm saying. So now, it says, for the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen. Upon all the heathen, man. I mean, keep reading.
As thou hast done.
As thou hast done. Damn it, man. As thou hast done, right? They've been doing nothing but wickedness on this planet Earth. Keep reading.
It shall be done unto thee.
Check that out. What goes up comes down. It's coming. You know what I'm saying? We don't need to be concerned with that, so to speak. All we should be concerned about is coming back to the Lord. You know what I mean? Coming back to these laws, statutes, and commandments. Repenting from our wicked ways. You know what I mean? Once we do that, the day of the Lord will be upon the people that oppress us, man. You understand? Keep reading.
Thy reward shall return upon thine own head.
And that's some hard stuff right there. You know what I mean? That's come from the prophet Obadiah. Said what goes up comes down. If you would drop down verse 18.
Verse 18.
Right.
And the house of Jacob shall be a fire.
The house of Jacob is the nation of Israel. Shall be a fire. Keep reading.
And the house of Joseph a flame.
Is another tribe of Israel. Keep reading.
And the house of Esau for stubble.
And the house of Esau for stubble. Just like the coals on the grill. You know what I mean? It's like, you know what I mean? If you got I don't myself have a fireplace or something like that. It'd be cool, whatever, right? But it says the house of Jacob will be as a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble, meaning they're gonna be devoured. You understand? And Esau is another nation. Esau is the oppressor today. You got something to say, sis?
I have a question.
Right.
Okay. So is that saying what Jacob and Joseph shall devour Esau?
Come. Keep reading.
And they shall kindle in them. And devour them.
Right there. Devour. Tear them to pieces. It's like if I got into a fist fight, that's what I'll say. After I beat them up. Tore them to pieces. Devour. And that's what's going to happen. You got something to say?
Yeah, everyone say Jacob and Joseph represents the northern and the southern.
Damn right. I'm glad Thwad for pointing that out, brother. Read on.
And there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau.
That's a biblical prophecy. And I mean, keep reading.
For the Most High has spoken it.
Meaning this. I've heard so many brothers say this before, that one day, me and a seed of mine, grandson, daughter, be walking through the museum, and they're gonna be like, yo, Pops, yo, what's that? I'm be like, that's a so-called white man.
Right. And
that's what the Bible says. Understand? With that, pass the class. And Salakia, and if I could, and it's a reason, because of Dante Wright and all the brothers and sisters that lost their Salakia, lost their lives, met their untimely demise, I mean, throughout history, all because of the hatred and the oppression of the people that oppress us. And with that, pass the class over the priest and officer for life.
ISUPK security announcement. We are the ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana. Started 1 West 125th Street, Hall, New York. Rules for a new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They have to be saluted only. They're here to share themselves with the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which a brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment found in Numbers chapter 18, verse 21, and Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 through 10, means tenth in the Hebrew. Ma'asherah, 10% of every penny Of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the Treasury Department of Priest Fund. Free will offering for the priest, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations.
Of course, the next upcoming holy convocation is the 52nd annual Passover. It's going to be held in Houston, Texas. What's today? It's going to be not this weekend, but the next weekend. And all Israel is invited out. Come on out, come through, and be a part of the greatest celebration you've ever seen in your life. All right?
If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black. That's boots, shirts, pants, headband, and scarf. With that, Amadium, which means to stand, Wapayon Akwadam, means to turn and face the east. We're going to end in the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Wadash, Hayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malakufka, Aba'ah, Ratazaka, Hayah, Aisha, Ba'arataza, Kawa, Hayah, Bashemayim, Thunder now, Come, Cow, Yawam, Wasalaki now, Kabawaki now, Kasalak now, Kabawati now, Wala'ah, Kabi'ah now, Banasar 1, Abol, Aisha now, Mayan, Rad, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Waha'ala, Wahakapara, Lawalamyo, Aman.
In the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Give us our debt, as we forgive our debtors, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it.
Sar means to turn. Sisters, Yeshua means to remain seated. Men of Israel, one courtesy salute to the teacher. Madim Shabbat, Amadim, Barak, Yahweh Hashem Yahshua Barakatah.
Yahweh Hashem Yahshua Barakatah.
Amajim, sisters Amajim. Men of Israel, Madim Shabbat, Madim, Barak,
Yahweh Hashem Yahshua.
Thank you, sister.
Yahweh Shemar Hashem Yahweh Shah.
Yahya Matah, class is missed.